So we are eLstar Dynamics. We are located in the Netherlands, in Eindhoven, and we are developing a dynamic glass technology, which has the highest dynamic range on the market at the moment. We go from a very dark level, as you can see, of 0.1% black level, where we can go up to 70%. We modulate both the visible light and infrared light. What is the biggest thing? There's multiple advantages behind this technology. Multiple are key. So for example, it's very versatile. So we can change the technology to adapt to product very easily. The technology is based on two glass panes with electrodes, micro patterned electrodes on it. And in between those two glass surfaces, we introduce an electrophoretic paint. Basically, it's pigments which are charged and can be displaced via electric fields. So now you see them, they are distributed everywhere, that's why it's black. And as soon as we operate with a voltage, and I'm going to show it, they're going to hide behind the electrodes. And by doing this way, we can have a fantastic range. But also we can manipulate the dynamic range very easily by changing the electrode configuration, the spacing between the glass, without any more materials development on the ink. And as well, we can change the ink. So the level of modularity is big. The other big factor is we can produce this device in a standard LCD factory. So it's not based on a liquid crystal, but it's utilized the already existing factories. So you can already know the volumes you can access, the cost you can produce, because there will be a portion of the standard cost of an LCD, which is already an order of magnitude lower compared to the other existing technology. And this is just simply because we adapted to this industry. Now the next step we are looking forward is to adapt to the second step of the industry, is integration into Windows. So we need standard LCD fab are using thin piece of glass to handle with their machinery. We adapt to it, so this is only 1 millimeter total thickness. It's not good enough mechanically for a window. So we have to laminate, put thick glass, also double glazing unit. It's all compatible, and all these new current existing design can be adapted to this technology. So this is where we are going now, where we integrate all this technology into a standard window application. Maybe I can show how it works. So now I start it, and you will see, so this one will go from 0.1 to 65% within a minute, a bit less than a minute. And it's absolutely color neutral because it's a pigment base. So here we do black, but we can develop red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, every colors. But as soon as the pigments hide behind the electrodes, you always color neutral. So you can start with a colored material, ending up transparent, and we are the only one capable of doing that. Same time, we can also develop a pure infrared pigments, because they do exist, so they can be formulated. Our current focus is on black because of the stage where we are as a company, but that's totally feasible. So we can, with this technology later on, having two modulators, one for only the visible, one for the heat. So you can adjust the light intensity, the visible light, and the heat in your room separately. And also that's unique for this technology. The other technologies will never make it like this. And as you can see now already, the level of clarity and the level of color neutrality is exceptional. For us, the expectations, so we start to be more publicly showing the technology for about a year. So the exposure is already enormous, but still in the glass industry, we are maybe less known. So it's a nice exposure. We're also looking for partnerships in order to develop technology. As I said, we are now looking for the integration for the window, lamination and IGU making. They have their own specific processes. So we are looking to work with partners to adapt the technology. As we have done with the LCD factory, we don't want to be a hurdle for the coming steps of post-processing as a window. So that's our goal, plus as well as a startup, of course, financial support to grow the team, because we would like to go bigger scale, square meters. We would like to develop faster and more product at the same time. At the moment, we have architecture industries very interested, but also automotive industry with all the sunroof, and also electronic industry with all augmented reality and transparent displays technologies. They all need this kind of black modulators. And we can cover all these three, but we're not going to do it all at once. So we need to grow the business with the right focus, but partnering with people and the resource will help speeding up. So Basecamp, we've been invited by the sponsors, and GPD we registered because we got former employees who were in other glass industries and they were aware of this event. This is how we get in touch with GPD. But Basecamp, we didn't know that was existing, so we've been invited to it. It's a very excellent question. I would say is to make it credible, absolutely credible, and you can look at every angle that we can create finally a mass market capable dynamic glass, which is not only dynamic glass, because you can also add for the exact same look as we have now, photovoltaic function. So this dynamic glass, we can integrate for the same cost more or less, and the same appearance, extra functions to make it more attractive for the market, to integrate such technology and finally regulate climates, as we have heard this week.